Alright, so welcome back Tattoo Artists and Tattoo Studios. So in this one, we will go through on why you should raise your prices, when to do it, how to do it, and what it will lead to, right? So first of all, maybe you want to have some proof who this guy is that stands here with a Tattoo Grove cap in his white shirt. Who is this guy to speak? Well, I have been running marketing for over 500 tattoo artists and studios in our companies. And we basically spent over 3 million euros on ads for other artists working with both startups and very well-known studios and artists around the world. And we're currently active in over 10 plus countries and have generated over 15 million euros in bookings, which is super fun. We have partnered up with one of the leading studio managers, studio owners, tattoo artists around the world to basically create an all-in-one program on how to grow every single aspect of your tattoo business, where myself and the rest of our team is helping people with their marketing and their structuring with AI systems, stuff like that. And we have other people that are more in-house experience that shows most of that. So yeah, we basically help driven tattoo artists and studios to do their thing and grow in every aspect of their tattoo business and basically just fucking level up, right? So that's what I'm here today. And I have been seeing and helping a lot of people that has different type of prices and when to raise them and how to raise them and what it will lead to. And that the same principle is like implemented in all types of businesses. So it's not just only for you as tattoo studio or tattoo artist to raise your prices. You can basically do this in any business, and the laws of raising the prices are exactly the same and will lead to the same consequences. So let's get started on why you should raise your prices and how you should do it in the best possible way. First of all, you might ask, when should I raise my price? Well, it really depends here. There is no right or wrong. But what we have seen works the absolute best is that whenever you have a proven client acquisition system in place and you're fully booked for maybe 2 months to 4 months ahead, then it's time for you to up your game when it comes to the prices. Because if you have such high demand that you're fully booked for almost every single day, 2 months to 4 months ahead, then you have the demand to raise your prices, okay? And then you might think, yeah, well, then I will lose some customers. Of course you will. But let's say that you would up the prices 10% and you only lose some clients, like a very few of them. That means that you will still earn more money, work less, and you will get other clients that value your time in the same way that your main clients that are paying this price will do as well. So this is the thing, that you can't really raise your prices if you don't have the value for it. And if you want to raise the prices, if you're only fully booked for 1 week ahead, 2 weeks ahead, or maybe you don't have any bookings at all, well, it doesn't really work like that. You have to earn the right to raise your prices. But whenever you have such high demand that you're fully booked to 2 to 4 months ahead, I would recommend you to raise the prices here, and you do that in a few steps, and what it will lead to, I will go through here as well. And yeah, just a video to motivate you more to raise your prices and what it will lead to and mean to you, basically. The number one thing that I want you to remember when you raise the price here is that you will get better customers, all right? And there is a quote that sounds like this: the less they pay, the more they complain. The more they pay, the more they obey, right? And maybe you know this with clients that just coming in and ask for the price immediately. Like, those are usually shit clients, right? You don't want to use those people and you don't want to have them in your like circle of clients, because they're only looking for a cheap deal. And if you want to grow in the industry, you should be like pointing yourself out as more premium, because that will also attract better type of customers, which is number one. And one thing that make these better customers is that they are more committed when they pay a higher price, and they are usually less struggle to deal with because they have full trust in what you're doing, and you get more free hands on how to design the tattoo, and basically they are more committed. They will not no-show you, they won't cancel in the same way like low-paying clients are doing. They're basically just more committed because it's a higher financial investment, and that generates both parts, right? Another thing is there will be fewer support issues. For example, there will be less no-shows, less cancellations, and they will in every way respect your time more, and they will complain less. And who doesn't want that, all right? And you will also have lower churn. And what do I mean by that? Churn is what means on how many customers of your clients that doesn't really come back and they drop off, right? Because clients that have higher commitment, they are satisfied with what they get. They will also come back for more and pay the same type of prices, and also recommend you to other people that has the same type of paying power, if it makes sense, purchasing power as them. Because if you have a full client circle of people that are only paying like low prices and they're only searching for cheap deals, then you will get their friends in. Like, that is what they will recommend you to. You want to have the high paying clients, so the high paying clients can recommend their high paying friends to you, instead of having like lower paying clients recommending their lower paying friends, right? Then another thing that it will lead to is that it will increase your profits. And not only will the clients be more satisfied and you will have better customers, but you will also earn more money with this, with working less. Because if you raise your prices, you won't need to sell and make tattoos as too many people that are doing. For example, we have one guy in the program that raises prices to 2,000 euros for a whole day session. And usually everyone in his area is taking 1,000 euros, but since he's built a large brand, he has a good client base, he has a lot of trust, he can raise his prices and basically work half as much as the other artists that are taking 1,000 euros because he's taking 2,000 euros and he's still fully booked out, right? So that is the power of raising your prices, which means that you can work less and earn more, or you can even work the same as you've done before but earn a lot more. Another thing that comes to this is that if you take higher pay, you will have higher margins, and you're very lucky that you are in the tattoo industry because you already have very high margins, right? But if you have even higher margins, you can spend more on advertising, you can spend more on content creation, you can spend more on having an assistant maybe, and spend more money or invest more money into things that keeps you growing, which you can't really do if you have lower prices and you're only going paycheck to paycheck. Another thing that comes into this, which is number 3, is that whenever you raise your prices and people know your prices, you will have a higher perceived value in the market. So if someone has a tattoo whole day session for 500 euros in your area and you take 1,500, people will be like, shit, what is this guy doing different from the other ones? And if you can reach up to the value that you are providing, let's say you have a very high quality social media, you make great tattoos, you have good reviews, all of those things, then people will choose you for 1,500 euros because they have more trust with you and higher perceived value, and they see you almost like a... So the main thing about this is that you have higher perceived value, which means that you can stand out from the competition because there is no way they can measure against you because you don't want to be the cheapest in the market, at least not for tattoos, because that means that you will only attract low-paying clients. You want to be more viewed as the premium and more high-paying tattoo artist, so you can get more paid, you can earn more money, get more commitment, and basically get better customers that recommend better customers to your circle. And another thing here, which is number 4, is that this goes hand in hand with the marketing that you're doing. Because if you're taking more pay for a client, that means that you can spend more on marketing, so it can cost you a little bit more to acquire a new customer because your profits are still that. And if you can spend more to acquire a customer than your competitors are doing, that means you will win. Because if you can spend more, you will outspend them and they won't have a chance because their margins are getting worse while your margins are increasing because you take higher prices, you have higher demand, you can take better customers, and you will leave your competitors with the low-paying clients, the low-hanging fruit that you don't want either way, right? And whenever you increase your return on investment, so your cost per acquisition is like kind of small compared to the lifetime value you have of a client, that is when you can scale. You can continue scaling like larger, you can increase your prices even more if your demand is there. You can continue building your brand, maybe you can have an assistant that can unload of you like unimportant tasks that you don't really want to do, maybe all the paperwork, maybe managing all the mails, all the DM, stuff like that. You can hire someone to do that when you have higher prices because then you get the profit margins to be able to do that. And whenever you have higher premium prices and you have a good brand about it, that means that you can move on to next stage. If you, for example, you want to become a tattoo studio owner, if you are a tattoo artist, or maybe if you're a tattoo studio and you have this in place, then you can scale to multiple locations. So there are many ways you can do this, and we have done it for countless others, so we already know this works. And that's basically how you can raise your prices and what it will lead to in the best possible way. But like I mentioned, don't raise your prices without any reason. Like there has to be demand for you. People has to want to come to you without like any discounts or anything. Like people want to come to you because of you and because of the tattoos you are making. And that has a lot to do with the social media that you have and how you have structured yourself in that way as well. That was about it for this video. So this was how you can raise your prices and what it will lead to basically. And if you want to book a call and see if this is something that you want to do for yourself, I can just explain a little bit about what we do. We are basically a team of tattoo artists and marketers and studio owners all around the world with a lot of experience. And I myself is most focused on the marketing and the AI systems and the social media part, which is together with my team. And then we have tattoo artists, studio owners, managers with their in-house experience on how to run very, very, very profitable and successful studios around the world. So you basically get an all-in-one package on how to grow your business in every single aspect, whether it's mindset, brand and online presence, AI system, marketing, sales, studio experience, client retention, team management, guest working, whatever you need. You will basically get proven strategies that we already know works for hundreds of artists around the world in 10 plus countries. We already know they work. You will get coaching along the way so you can always be guided to success. without spending a lot of time wasting money on things you don't know will work or what doesn't, or just spend a lot more time to reach your goals rather than taking help from people that has already helped others and also done the journey themselves. Because the tattoo studio owners and the tattoo artists inside of this program, they have been using the program themselves, right? They know it works. So that's basically it. And if you're willing to book a call, feel free to do it. It's a no pressure call, a free demo call. We just have a Google Meet, go through your current situations, what your struggles are, what your constraints are, what your goals are, and see if we can help in any way. And if we can't, that's completely fine. Then we go our separate ways, we move on, and we send over some free stuff for you to use, and hopefully you can add that for yourself. And just be clear that we don't work with everyone. Like, we want to work with positive people, action takers, and people that are willing to grow. We don't want to work with people that are very pessimistic, negative, don't take full responsibility, and people in general that don't like spread the good vibes and have a higher frequency, right? So we want to work with people that are willing to grow and are happy to do it with a large community of other driven and positive artists and studio owners around the world to basically grow into the best possible person, but also in the best possible tattoo business that's possible. So that's basically what we have put together. If you want to book a call, once again, feel free to book a free demo call in the description below. It's a no fluff, no like pressure, no anything like that. Just a free coaching call to see if we can help in any way. Otherwise, you can go follow us on our Instagram, which is Tattoo Growth Official. And if you go in there, I can say that now, like if you write free case study or you write free mini course or you write free PDF in DM to us, we will send you over some free material that you can start using already today. So basically just go into our Instagram, start following us there, send a DM, and then we will text you and send over all the free material that we have basically. So yeah, that's about it for now. I hope it was valuable to listen to this. And once again, see you in the next video. Otherwise, take care and hope you have some sick tattoo projects this week. Take care. Bye.